Under a restless sky, the world awoke to the devastating news that Charlie Kirk had been murdered in a shocking act of violence. Headlines flashed across every screen. Voices on radios trembled with urgency, and confusion reigned in living rooms across continents. His death was not just a personal tragedy, it became an earthquake that rippled through the political, cultural, and social spheres of countless nations. Within hours, vigils appeared in cities, debates broke out on television, and online platforms were flooded with grief, anger, and conspiracy theories. Some mourned sincerely, others celebrated bitterly. But no one could deny that something irreversible had occurred. Across capitals, leaders rushed to release statements. Some called for justice, others urged calm, while many tried to use the tragedy to advance political narratives. Yet amidst the global storm of words and judgments, one voice remained curiously absent, that of Ibrahim Traoré, the young and defiant leader of Burkina Faso. Traoré's silence lingered for 2 full days. Analysts dissected it relentlessly. Was he indifferent? Was he calculating his response? Or was he preparing to make a statement that would overshadow all others? Supporters in Ouagadougou speculated endlessly, knowing their leader was a man of fire and conviction, never shy to speak his truth. Suspense thickened like storm clouds, until the presidential palace announced that Traoré would deliver a live address to the world. When the moment arrived, viewers expected grandeur, flags, and official podiums. Instead, the cameras revealed Traoré seated outdoors beneath the wide branches of a baobab tree. The ancient tree, a symbol of endurance and wisdom in Africa, set the tone. Dressed simply, his expression calm yet fierce, Traoré began to speak in a voice softer than anyone anticipated. "The world has lost a son," he said. Charlie Kirk was controversial, yes. He divided opinion, yes. But he was human, and he was silenced violently. Violence against one voice is violence against all voices. Shock rippled instantly. Many had expected him to condemn Kirk, to dismiss him as an ideological opponent. Instead, Traoré rose above division. He spoke not of politics but of humanity, declaring that the sanctity of life outweighed disagreement. His words pierced through the noise of blame and outrage. "If we allow violence to decide who may speak and who must be silenced," he continued, "then none of us are free. Today it was Charlie Kirk. Tomorrow it could be you, or me, or anyone who dares to think differently." His speech swelled in strength, a call not only for justice but for the protection of human dignity itself. Traoré then delivered a gesture no one anticipated. He announced that Burkina Faso would hold a national day of reflection, not to honor Charlie Kirk alone, but to remember all victims of political violence worldwide. "Let us not mourn only one man," he urged. "Let us mourn for the nameless, the forgotten, the silenced. And from that morning, let us build strength, a new solidarity that rises above borders and ideologies." The internet ignited instantly. Clips of his words spread like wildfire, translated into multiple languages within hours. Some commentators praised him for his vision, while critics accused him of exploiting tragedy. But regardless of intent, his message could not be ignored. Traoré did not stop with words. Within days, he convened a virtual summit titled "Life Before Politics," inviting leaders from Africa, Asia, and South America to discuss ways to combat political violence. The summit, streamed live, drew millions of viewers worldwide. There, he repeated his declaration: "We are not defined by the voices we silence, but by the lives we protect." Even more shocking was his personal gesture toward Kirk's family. A bouquet of flowers and a handwritten letter of condolence were delivered to them, signed by Traoré himself. The gesture struck deeply. Unexpected compassion from a man known for his fiery opposition to Western powers. In Washington, commentators debated endlessly. Was this sincerity or strategy? In Europe, cautious praise trickled in for his emphasis on human dignity. In Africa, however, Traoré's stature soared. He was hailed as a leader who could transform grief into vision, a man who could carry the pain of the world and return it as hope. Hashtags like #TraoréSpeaks and #LifeBeforePolitics trended globally. Millions shared his image under the baobab tree, Influencers called it the Mandela moment of our generation. Critics, though skeptical, admitted that Traoré had seized the global spotlight with unmatched clarity. Universities began analysing his rhetoric. Muralists painted his likeness on walls with captions such as "Life Before," "Politics." Documentaries and op-eds multiplied, trying to capture the essence of a leader who had turned a single tragedy into a global lesson. For the first time, even his stanchest opponents admitted that Traoré had reshaped his image. No longer just the fiery young African defying the West, he had emerged as a moral voice, a symbol of conscience at a time of global confusion. His message was clear. The true measure of leadership is not in how loudly one condemns, but in how deeply one unites. And so, under the shade of that baobab tree, the murder of Charlie Kirk became more than a tragedy. It became a moment of transformation, a reminder that grief, when channeled with wisdom, can be the spark of hope for humanity. Ibrahim Traoré had not only responded to a tragedy, he had reframed it, elevating mourning into a statement of life, dignity, and universal freedom. In the end, the world was left stunned not only by the death of Charlie Kirk, but by the young African leader who turned sorrow into a vision powerful enough to silence critics, shock nations, and remind humanity of the fragile, priceless value of every single life.